Welcome to Double Talk, right here on Channel 98. My name is Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and we're coming to you in 3D. We're 3D. Depends on your TV set.
That's twice as much as double D.
Yes.
Triple D.
You only like people who are double D.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, your criteria has changed?
No, it's...
It never was. It never was. Oh, we have important things to talk about?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Well,
things that you like. So it's your stuff.
Yeah, then why can't I get a word in edgewise? Anyway.
See, I gave you a break in there.
All right. Now, have you noticed that no matter now where you go in town, there's tents set up everywhere?
I know.
There's tents in city parks. There's tents out off of Amador. There's homeless people living in tents there. You got the Occupy Las Cruces people in the tents by the library downtown.
By the City of Hope. I know how to solve that problem.
I'm going to set a tent up in my backyard. Here's the tent city.
That's not our house.
Oh, that's it.
You know how to get rid of Tent City? Remember last year when we had, that's Tent City, that's good. Remember the goats? You send some goats around Tent City, they'll eat the tents.
Well, goats eat the tents? Well, actually the tents are there on purpose because the homeless have run out of shelter space. So they're allowing tents to be set up over there by the City of Hope off of Amador.
Right, that's Pam Angel is involved in that. And living in a tent when it's 32 degrees at night is not my idea of really living.
So you remember that from your Army days?
No, I just have walked outside in 32-degree weather and walked back inside.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. You know, actually camping, I don't like camping at all because you're in a tent. Well, you can't stand up in a tent.
I used to stand, if you have the right kind of tent, you can. I used to camp in the snow, Michael. I'm a seasoned camper, as you well know.
And you also used to have a lot of cocaine.
No.
Real snow.
That's
Where'd you have snow? In Las Cruces?
You have the mountains.
And you used to go tent.
You camp in the mountains, in the Sacramento Mountains or the other mountains around town, around the state. You camp in the snow.
Was that by accident?
No. A couple of times, yeah.
You go to sleep and it's
You go to
dry
sleep and you wake up and there's 3 feet of snow. But several times you camp on purpose in the snow. It's to learn how to do it.
You learn how when it happens to you. I remember we were once in the north side of Grand Canyon, and we were just visiting, and so we camped out. It was nice. And I think we woke up in snow, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, why would you want to camp out in the snow?
Well,
why would you
have to be prepared. If you're prepared for it, then it's not a problem.
The way to prepare for it is to have like an IHOP next door so you can go and have pancakes.
That's true, and a nice warm bathroom to use as well.
That's true. I would only do it that way. Oh, but you want to talk about the social consequences of tent cities? The social consequences of Occupy Las Cruces are rather nationwide. A lot of places around the nation are kicking their people in the tents out. I think our city feels that we can coexist.
Well, the city doesn't feel threatened by them. There's no really need to feel threatened by these people. It's a nonviolent protest, and they're going to be here for many, many months to come.
And it's part of the economic condition as well, and that's exactly what we're trying to bring attention. When I say we, I don't mean we because I've barely been down to Occupy Las Cruces.
I think some of the reasons that some cities are having problems and the cops overreact is because we haven't had enough protests lately in this country. If we had more protests, people would know how to deal with them better, and it would be an appropriate thing to do. Now these people are just looked upon as weirdos for doing something that needs to do
political
that they feel should be done.
Maybe they don't believe in the political statement of these people, which is they don't have jobs, and maybe the police think that they're flaunting the fact that they don't have jobs.
Well,
yet
in effect they
are. They're flaunting it, but it's not that they don't want jobs. It's that if you read the papers, people are actually in good jobs and they get canned, and they've been doing it for the last 2 years, and it's not corporations that's going to stop it. It's money from the government. I hate to say it, and you know where you get money from the government? Tax the rich.
Some of the people here at Occupy Las Cruces, they work a full-time job. When they get done with work, they go down and spend the night in the tent.
That's right. They're committed to the cause.
That's right.
And they have empathy for people who have lost their jobs, because anybody here can lose their jobs. If you're retired, you're not going to lose your job. You could lose your Social Security a little of your Medicare. You talk about people don't want private insurance because private, or they do want private insurance and they don't want government insurance. Private insurance has not helped anybody. I mean, you get bled for it, and they screw you over as much as the government's going to screw you over.
Insurance companies are nothing but big takers. We all know that.
Oh, did you hear a sigh of anguish from our producer?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought I heard something.
But you know, if the Occupy Las Cruces people wanted to make a statement, they could invite the homeless people from the other tent place to bring all their tents down to the Occupy Las Cruces, and they make a much bigger statement. Well, of course, each tent has to pay $5 a night permit fees.
At the Occupy Las Cruces?
Yes, it's Occupy Las Cruces.
But you don't have to pay for it when you're at City of Hope.
No, you don't.
And, you know, I don't believe that the people who are in City of Hope necessarily have strong political feelings one way or the other. They are in it, and they're
homeless, no matter who the president is.
Somebody's going to be digging them out of it.
Yeah, and I wonder, there's a lot more people at the Community of Hope tents. Many more tents are set up there, and I'm wondering where all those people go to the bathroom.
At the City of Hope.
Inside?
Inside.
Don't they close those doors at a certain time?
Probably not. It's the City of Hope. Maybe they stand by the door and they just hope.
Well, there's a big irrigation ditch out there.
It's called Burn Lake.
Yeah. No wonder it's been filling up lately.
You know, I think you need extra water in Burn Lake. So pissing in Burn Lake is probably a good thing.
Well,
kill all the geese.
Speaking of that.
What, Burn Lake?
No, needing to go to the bathroom. One thing that makes you need to go to the bathroom is drinking a lot of beer.
That's quite a segue.
It is, isn't it? And right now the university is considering selling beer and wine at
classrooms?
No, unfortunately. You have to bring your own there.
Oh, yeah.
But they're going to sell it at the sporting events. They already...
Which I always thought they did. I didn't understand why people go to sporting events if you couldn't drink.
They're going to sell it at the Pan Am Center, at the football games, and at the baseball games. Now, if they're going to do that, I think they should also sell it at the theater, at the recital hall,
at my class,
any time that there's a nighttime event. Sure.
They could actually they will make extra money. I mean, the markup
that's the
on
whole
beer
idea
and
for
alcohol
it.
is wonderful, and that's how you do it. And I think the reason, well, we know that the reason they've kept it out of sporting events is that they thought people become too rowdy. Luckily, people no longer have money, so they can't buy more than 1 or 2 drinks.
Right.
Especially at these prices.
That's true.
That they will probably charge.
Well, you know, I hear they get rowdy without the drinks anyway, like they did the other night at the Aggie game when they played Arizona.
What are you talking about?
Well, the game, you know, the Aggies really didn't play that well. And apparently they stopped the game and told the audience to stop shouting certain obscenities, or they were going to start deducting points.
Deduct points. Huh?
I don't think they can do that legally, can they?
No, but if that were the case, I would try to get the opponents to shout obscenities. That way you could win. Well, maybe they should just have a shouting match. Who can shout with the least obscenities? The one who has the least obscenities wins. We're teaching some sort of moral code there, and not sports, which is totally moral because, you know, elbowing and knocking people over
as long as
totally moral.
As long as no one is being molested.
Or permanent damage, or anything sexual going on.
But so anyway, do you think they sell beer and wine at the Leap Year Festival in Anthony?
I would think that would also help you get through the leap year. How do we get into Anthony from playing basketball? Because that's a picture of a basketball?
That's it.
Is that a picture of a basketball?
Yeah.
It's a Jewish star and one of those.
It's the world.
Oh.
And Anthony, as we know, is the leap year capital of the world.
Yes.
Anthony, New Mexico, Texas. And I've been to the leap year scenario. Have you been down there?
I'm not that schizophrenic.
I was there, maybe about 8 years ago when they had it. Graham Nash was the parade marshal.
That was an exciting thing.
I was there for that.
I think he or his wife was born on a leap year.
They're born on a leap year,
yes.
right?
Somebody like that.
And,
but so, are you saying they're going to cancel leap year?
Yeah, they're talking about
because I had plans for 2012, but if we go right on to 2013 because they canceled leap year, I'd be okay.
Well, maybe Channel 98 could help sponsor the event, except I don't think they get Comcast down there.
Channel 90? Oh, I don't know either.
We'll have to say.
Comcast.
They probably get satellite.
They probably get YouTube, and
the Texas portion probably gets El Paso.
Oh, we'll have to figure that out.
Time Warner.
Well, there's a lot of people who could help sponsor it. Graham Nash, for one, because remember he made all his money doing those Nash Ramblers.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And speaking of sponsorship, another place that needs sponsors right now is the Mesilla Valley Balloon Rally.
Really?
Which is going to be in January.
Wasn't Wells Fargo a big sponsor of that?
Yes. Well,
Did they pull out money because banks don't have money?
All the sponsors
the banks
pulled
have
out.
all the money. All the sponsors?
They didn't have it last year. For the last 2 years, they didn't have, they didn't have it 2 years ago because of the economy. They didn't have the sponsorship. They did have it last year. I did go to it.
But they're not having this year. Possibly.
No, they are having the balloon rally this year, but they do need sponsors.
They need sponsors.
Every balloon
I
up there needs a sponsor.
Perhaps they don't have the rally on election years because all the hot air is going on TV.
Well,
and not up there.
If you have interest in sponsoring a balloon, and I think maybe Channel 98 could do that.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Just call 522.
We can get Don Tan Interiors
5623
to sponsor them. We should have a floating piece of granite countertop.
That'd be nice.
That would
except
be
he's
cool.
going out of business, unfortunately.
Well, then he wouldn't need the granite countertop.
No, he wouldn't.
So we're thinking. This was an idea we had before the show. Just wait a second.
What's that?
Make us into a balloon. We could just float, and those little ropes could be hanging off our legs, and just
Well, you're full of enough hot air as it is.
I know. We should be able to do it ourselves. Have our own show balloon. That would be advertising for the show.
Well, if you want to sponsor a balloon, call 522-5623. 522-5623, and find out about sponsoring a balloon. I don't think it costs that much money. And you might get a ride in it too.
So that would be fun. Speaking of sponsoring, my daughter is still doing her Luna Vroom show, and she's this past week she was in Los Angeles, and she's been striking it big. So those of you who want to support that, go to Indiegogo.
And look for Luna Vroom.
Luna Vroom, Luna something.
VROUME or something like that, right?
And this week, I think we have a new show on TV. As long as we're talking, are we talking about sponsoring things? Do you want to talk about that?
Shows all need sponsors.
Yes. Oh, this show could use some sponsors.
Sure. We're losing a sponsor soon, so
send in your Snickers bars.
If you want to sponsor a show, please.
That would be good. Should we go to political things? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we have time for that.
We have time for political things.
Yesterday was a good. There was not yesterday, but Wednesday was a good event.
Yes, at MVS, the person both of us know, Evelyn Erhard, threw her hat in. See, she doesn't have it. To run for House of Representatives for New Mexico. I think that's Steve Pierce's seat. And, when you look at politicians, you always think, well, they made money by whatever, hook or crook. Eva Erhard is a pretty nice person, which is why I think I was surprised that she's running.
Well, you wonder,
it'd be nice
a person that nice wants to run for Congress? Why? But why not?
You know why? It has always been her dream. And if you can get a nice person who's still dreaming to go and run for Congress,
go for it.
We're not here to stand behind anybody.
No, but I wish her all the luck of the world. And we'll have her on the show at some point as she progresses down the
aisle of marrying to her political part.
Right.
Do we think that it's almost time to break for a commercial?
Well, it's not quite. I think we have time to sneak in Meow Wolf, don't we?
I would love to sneak in Meow Wolf.
The Glitteropolis.
Might I? How much time do we have?
Got about a minute.
A whole minute? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Over at the NMSU Art Gallery is a great installation. The entire gallery is you just walk through it, and it's just fantastic. I was there while they were putting it together when they were probably about 90% finished, and it was still this great magical environment. Meow Wolf is working out of Santa Fe. They spent the entire last month modeling things in the art gallery. People from around the area were invited to work on it all month. You could have gone in.
And it's free, right?
There's a lot of work. Yeah, you walk in, it's an art gallery, it's free. They have little environments that you can go into.
Kids would like it, right?
Yeah, kids that are like
well-behaved,
3 to like 100. I mean, old people like me like it.
Okay,
and what am I like? I'm 14.
Well, let's not even go there. And with that, I think it's time to stop and smell the roses. And by roses, I mean commercials. So we'll be right back after these commercial words. And we're back right here on Double Talk, Channel 98's only show called Double Talk.
Is it?
I think it. Yeah, right.
Because we could call ourselves something like Joe Nathan. I could call myself My Mandel. You could call yourself Ma Steffen. Ma Steffen.
Yeah, well,
that would be funny.
But that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. Joe Nathan. His show is on Fridays at 6:30.
Apparently, he serves it up.
And
whatever
it should be good, exciting. And he actually gets commercials. Oh, we could put commercials on. We could do that.
Should
Make Believe is one of his sponsors.
Who is?
Make Believe.
Make Believe?
Yeah.
Make Believe.
Shop.
Oh, okay. Anyway, watch his show. Just stay tuned. You're watching now, I'm guessing, at Saturday at 11.
Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Just stay watching that TV because Friday is coming soon.
Well, it's 11:15 right now. Today at 1:30 at the Fountain Theater in Mesilla, they're showing, I think, 4 short films.
What's that thing called that Jeff puts on?
That's the City Matinee.
City Matinee.
City Matinee every Saturday at the Fountain Theater at 1:30.
Special local.
And these are films that are all produced in New Mexico. And there's even a long one called The Dark Side of Chocolate.
That's not it.
That's not it, but The Dark Side of Chocolate was a New Mexico producer. And that'll be there. Then my film, Lowriders.
That's a lowrider.
Which that car implicates.
Yes.
Will be there. And another short film called Lobster will be there.
You won something, like an honorable mention in Santa Fe.
I've won 3 awards so far at the
3
Film
awards.
Festival circuits.
Dark Side of Chocolate seems to be interesting. Everybody likes chocolate. You can find out. It's sort of like Blood Diamonds, you know,
Exactly.
the war and
the truth of how these
bad
products
conditions.
actually.
But we don't really worry about that. You know what I was thinking about? How many turkeys did they kill for Thanksgiving? Like 260 million. It was like an incredible holocaustic thing every year. That's a lot of work. Who are the people who kill those turkeys? It can't really be a nice job killing turkeys, but to imagine killing a couple of million, 100 million turkeys, it takes a lot of people. And it's not a great job, just as, you know, picking up chocolate.
No, but in this economy, there's a lot of people who would stand in line to get that job.
From what we hear around the nation, people still don't take jobs that do work that is mostly physical because they do, you know, the growers in Georgia and in Florida have severe restrictions on illegal aliens. So the only people you can get are local people. People go try to do their jobs. They're gone after 3 hours. This may be anecdotal information, and I don't know what the statistics are, but it seems to be, as well as I've heard about it in Washington State, where they're trying to pick apples.
Pick apples. Well, they can't get people to do that hard work for that low amount of money. That's the problem.
Or do that work at all because they would do it for the amount of money. The work is just too hard.
Well, it's $10 an hour they're paying a lot of these people.
Yeah, but if you can't do stuff, like I cannot lift boxes for more than 30 seconds.
Or the hernia pops up again?
No, I just am lazy.
Oh.
Or I'm not that strong. And I'm not, my fingers are not inured to that type of thing. And
Don't worry,
picking
they would be.
apples, yes. Well, you have to start slow, like when you're 3.
Yeah, right, and you have a quota to fill, so you really can't go slow.
Now you have to make money, you do.
That's right.
So what menial labor did you do as a child?
Oh, I had a paper route.
Those papers were what, 3, 4
First
ounces?
I had to roll the papers.
Had to roll
And I had to
papers?
get on my bicycle and do 90 papers a morning.
Bet you didn't wear a helmet.
The Sunday papers were
You
the
didn't wear a
worst.
helmet, did you?
No, I didn't wear a helmet.
Well,
Only
they
crashed
didn't even
twice.
make helmets then.
No, they didn't really. I don't think they made bicycle helmets
They
back
didn't.
then.
People used to, you know, scotch tape shoe boxes on their head.
But, you know, but you can take a nice safe walk like today at the Mesilla Valley Bosque at 3:30. After you go to the movies at 1:30 in Mesilla.
Oh, are you making our day?
You're
up for us?
already there.
This is your Saturday show,
Then
folks.
you just go on down to the river to the Mesilla Valley Bosque,
Yes.
and it's a state park, and they have a nature hike.
You know, it still has
Fascinating.
The Mesilla Valley Bosque State Park still has the new car smell because it's only been there for like 2 years,
Yeah,
I think.
a couple of years
that
old.
bird is not more than 2 years old.
That's a crane that's there. There's all kinds of
You
wildlife
sure that's
there.
a crane?
It's right next to the river.
It's not a stork?
And there's
That's not our river.
yeah, that is
That's
that
our
is the Rio
river,
Grande.
but
That's up near Hatch.
it is the Rio Grande. That's when they used to have water.
Right.
Remember when rivers used to have water in the
it's a
old days?
seasonal
You know, the
thing.
good old days. Yeah, the season was about 8 years ago.
But anyways, to get to the Bosque, it's $5 per carload. So you can pack the car full of kids and relatives,
Or cranes.
and for $5,
Bring
you
your cranes and they can
spend a
play
couple
with
of
other
hours
cranes.
out there.
Would you like the idea of bringing your cranes to play with the other cranes? Can you bring your dog there? That's a good question.
I don't think so.
Got you. Probably not.
Maybe
good
on a
idea.
leash. Maybe on a
Probably
leash.
on a leash.
And then you have to clean up for him, of course.
I'll remember that.
Pooper scooper.
Yes. So that's one of the things you could do. Also, at night you could go back to the Fountain Theater.
And see a movie at night.
The movie Higher Ground, is playing there.
That's about coffee that does more than just stimulate you?
Yes, it gets you higher. No, it's about religion. In fact, the play, the movie that was there last week was also about religion. Very exciting. All these religious things. So speaking of theater and theatrical events,
yes,
tonight is the last night, and tomorrow is the last matinee for the play at ASTC, the NMSU Playhouse. And
yes.
What's the name of that play?
You're going to sing it. Once in a Lifetime.
We're going to do the Anthony
I'm
Newley
not
song?
going to do
You're
that.
Not sing
no,
Once in a Life.
I know better than that.
No, I don't. Kaufman and Hart.
It's an old comedy from what, the 30s?
The 30s. George S. Kaufman wrote a lot of stuff for the Marx Brothers. He also was a very famous playwright. The Man Who Came to Dinner. No, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? No, The Man Who Came to Dinner.
Man Who Came to Dinner, among others.
All those things. You Can't Take It With You.
Can't Take It With You.
We can go on and on, but we're not going to because we're also going to talk about Black Box Theater it opened last night, and it's a play called Private Fears in Public Places by one of our favorite playwrights.
Alan Ayckbourn.
Yes, from England. It's about 6 people, maybe there's 8 people.
In Search of a Life?
No. In search of a role, search of a play. No, it's a British. It's I think it's funny. I'm in it.
You think it's funny?
You know I'm in it.
You haven't seen it. You're not in it.
I read it. I read the
Well,
play.
I heard you're in it.
I told
but not
you
in it.
I'm in it, but I'm not in it.
So to find out what Michael really means by that, you have to go to the theater.
Good. And my bio isn't in the thing because it would be too long. They said that they didn't want to put more than 3 pages, and my life is so big.
Well, so there's that going for it.
Yes, that you don't have to read my bio.
Right.
Guess who I am? Bob Petticolas.
Can you see him okay? Is he not fuzzy?
I am a fuzzy guy. I try to shave, but it grows back really quick. So
he's hairy too, like Robin Williams.
From where I came from, everybody was 240 pixels. So you people with the 480.
Oh, look how much clearer
crazy.
I am. Even the bags under my eyes show up much clearer than yours.
You use Clearasil, don't you?
I use
all over to Clearasil. Bagasil.
Yeah, these are actually tiny sandbags that the makeup person puts here.
What you need is cranes from the thing to lift your eyes.
Yes, that's what we all need.
What were we talking about? Oh,
theater.
Black Box Theater. Good. Alan Ayckbourn is a great playwright. I don't even want to start listing.
Oh, by the way,
what?
I was going to
tell me something else.
The Las Cruces Christmas tree. They lit it last night. It looks fabulous downtown.
Does it?
Yes, it's down there by the homeless. Not the homeless, but the
Occupy Las Cruces
tents people are there in the same
park. They did it together. Since we don't have all the information now, we're not sure if anybody attacked anybody. Could have happened. We don't know. But still, it was looked to be peaceful.
The Las Cruces Christmas tree used to be a giant pine tree that was growing there, which they had to chop down when they put in the roundabout.
Oh.
There at the north end of the downtown mall. I hated to see that big old tree go.
Oh. And you know what they have
where the log cabin used to be.
They have an asparagus spear. One asparagus spear.
And that's it. The little tiny lights.
Now, what do they have?
They brought in a pine tree and they spruced it up.
How can they do that? That's cross-cultural.
But
so you're very religious. You go to the lighting of the Christmas tree.
Well,
yet you say you're
there's nothing religious about lighting a Christmas tree, Michael.
Why do we have a Christmas tree? Because of what holiday?
To attract Santa Claus.
Hanukkah?
To attract Santa Claus.
To attract Santa Claus.
So he knows where to come down.
I thought you put your name on a list, and he finds out what your moral qualities have been over the year, deciding. Based on your moral qualities, he will come and visit you with a positive and or negative, I guess it can't be and or, positive or negative
He'll put a lump of coal in your stockings. That's what he does, right?
Right now,
if you're going to believe in a crazy religious myth, why not believe in that one?
They're not using coal anymore. They're using AAA batteries.
Oh.
Because can't get off on that.
Oh, and you know what? They're doing sonic booms at night now.
Is that because TV doesn't have enough things that are exciting anymore?
Sonic booms at night. So if you hear noisy bangs at night, that's what it is. All the way from Holloman Air Force.
What would the alternative be, Mark?
No bangs at night.
Bombs?
And
no, I mean, if you hear something loud at night, I mean, the other night, we heard lots of banging. We thought our neighbor drove his car into his garage door again.
Well, it could have been
that.
It's either that or the sonic booms. Also, before we close, I just want to say,
we have plenty of time.
Please don't dump your grease down the drain.
Well,
all your holiday turkey grease and lard that you use for your beans or what have you, please don't dump it down the drain.
Could you back up and show that? Isn't that a picture?
That's a clogged artery,
Isn't that for the Lipitor commercial? Didn't you say that was like cholesterol?
Well, that's what your arteries look like.
They do.
And that's what your sewer
Perhaps not
pipes
that
will look
colorful.
like. You're not supposed to do that. Take your grease, put it in a can, let it cool down, put the lid on the can, and throw the can away.
Into the
garbage.
Into the
garbage.
Throw the can in the toilet. So,
and with that, we've got to go, Michael.
There's an acronym for that.
Yeah,
FOG.
What does it mean?
Something means oil and grease. What does F? F means...
I don't know, but we've got to go, Michael. So say
Okay.
goodbye. Thanks for joining us right here this week on Double Talk.